Joining us today for how to facilitate small group personal training. So, what is the purpose of small group personal training? We have a lot of different opportunities for our members to become engaged through healthy living programs. The more engaged our members are, the more connected they feel, and the better chance we have of retaining their membership and also help them to attain their personal goals during that time. Customer retention, marketing, and an outstanding customer service experience all go hand in hand. 68% of customers leave because they're unhappy with the service they receive. So we are trying to create an experience within healthy living through group exercise, small group training, personal training, event training, and educational workshops to provide our members the tools that they need at the accountability they need to help them feel more connected and engaged in our branches. So currently we have 5 different options of small group training. We have CrossFit, TRX, SwimWads, Pilates Reformer, and which is our catch-all will be functional training, and that's all things interval training boot camp style related. These are not currently offered in all of our branches, but these are the 5 programs that we are currently running. This is not going to be the end of our programming. We would like to explore some other avenues, such as small group yoga personal training, and other varieties of outdoor programming as well. So if you have thoughts on what a great idea could be for a future small group training program, definitely let your Healthy Living director know so we can start to explore those opportunities. So currently, with the different types of small group training that we have, each program is run independently. And what we are going to do starting in January of 2018 is for any member who purchases any of our small group training packages will have access to any small group training program that we offer throughout the Y of Greater Charlotte. So we have a couple different options that they can choose. They can purchase a flex plan, which is $110 for 10 sessions or $11 per session. And that's good for 3 months for those who want to increase their accountability in classes or in their workouts, but are not quite ready to commit. That's a great option. It's also a good option for those who travel often. But anytime they're going to participate in small group training more than 2 or more times a week, it is worth their dollar to go ahead and upgrade to the unlimited, which is $90 per month. We do have a couples rate, which is $75 per month per person, and a couple is defined as any 2 people on the same membership. So that could be husband, wife, that could be mother, son, that could be sisters. We are currently evaluating what a potential teen rate could be. CrossFit Fundamentals has a higher startup cost because there's some individual training that takes place. So the initial CrossFit Fundamentals cost is $125, but anybody who purchases CrossFit Fundamentals will also have the all access to the additional branches with functional training, TRX, and SwimWads. Group Reformer is not included in this all access pass at the traditional $125 or $90 a month rate. Sarah's Y is currently our only branch that is offering Group Reformer, and the unlimited rate is $135. However, anyone who purchases the $135 Group Reformer Unlimited also has all access available, all access to all of the other small group trainings that we have available in the Charlotte area. Again, anyone who is wanting to start any of these programs must go through the original fundamentals. So if they were Group Reformer, they would still have to go through CrossFit Fundamentals in order to start participating in CrossFit workouts. My Y pricing is available on all of these packages. We do have a non-member option. It is the flex plan only. It's $165 for 10 sessions, which is good for 3 months. It is important that our trainers are communicating to our non-members that are participating on the flex plan that a membership for an individual at the cost of approximately $70 plus an unlimited at $90 would still be less than they're paying on the flex plan, and they would have all access to all of our amenities at our Ys. And the non-member, that does not include access to facilities, childcare, fitness floor, and so forth. However, we're not going to be able to police that. So it is not included as part of the amenities for the non-member plan. However, for those of you who are operating out of spaces that are not highly visible, we are not going to be policing our restrooms, our locker rooms, and fitness floors. So what sets us apart? What makes small group training different than group exercise? On small group training, any program must have a free trial Wednesday, an opportunity for members to come and check it out. Must have foundational training, whether that's the 2 to 4 week commitment of foundational training for CrossFit, a one-on-one 1 hour training with a coach of a specified format, if that's what is required, or for something such as functional training, which may not require foundational training, it would still be an opportunity for the member to meet with a trainer, to see the space, and to have kind of a walkthrough of what to expect on their first workout so that they are comfortable the first time that they come into our studios for that special small group training. All of the programming must be progressive and provide benchmarks, which means if we are helping them to develop skills over time, there must be something that they can look back and say, wow, I got better at that, whether it's a push-up, a pull-up, battling ropes, swimming. There must be something that they can look back and know, I couldn't do 10 push-ups when I first started, but I sure can now. In small group training, we also have specialized equipment that we often use. It may not be a TRX strap or a Pilates reformer, but it may be kettlebells that we can't afford to put into our group exercise studios because that would require us to purchase too many. So now it's a specialized piece of equipment just for this. Or that specialized piece of equipment we may have available out on the fitness floor, but it doesn't come with coaching. Specialized skills training. So this is when we're going to teach them how to use these skills and use this piece of equipment. And they're going to get that individualized coaching on that. So if a person has specific needs, whether they're working towards a goal or they're working towards a skill training or they're working towards being able to run farther, jump faster, lift more, we need to be able to train them individually even though they're in a group setting. So groups are typically 10 people or less. CrossFit would be a little larger for our participant to instructor ratio, but typically a smaller group so that you are able to look people in the eye, you are able to coach them independently. In group exercise, when we have classes that could be 20 people or 50 people or more to one instructor, the verbal communication is all we have. So it's important that the coaches in small group training are providing individualized training. It's a one-on-one communication as well as the group training. But for every person that's in that group, they should feel that they were set apart and specifically told what to do to enhance their training. So we have the MindBody app. If you are not quite familiar with it, now is the time to do so. If a member comes in and says, or if they can find out about us through the MindBody app, they can also find out information on our website. We have internal marketing, and of course, there's always word of mouth marketing, which is our number one asset. They would then purchase at the front desk. They could purchase any unlimited package or higher price product, and they would then receive the all access package. So they don't actually purchase an all access pass. It's not a card. It's not a program that they purchased. It's just when they purchase TRX, CrossFit, functional training, swim wads, when they purchase that for Flex Plan or Unlimited, they receive access to any branch that is offering the same type of programming. When we sell it in Personify, API communication just means that Personify then tells MindBody Online, without us having to do duplicate entry, that they are now a new member. MindBody Online then sends the new participant email instructions. A sales report will go to the small group training manager about the new purchase, and then it is highly encouraged that a communication is engaged to connect the small group training manager and or a small group trainer or coach to the brand new member so that we can walk them through what that foundational training needs to be. And again, that foundational training really should be a live one-on-one, even if that foundational training is, I will meet you 15 minutes before the first workout so that I can walk you through what those steps look like. Reservations go through the MindBody Online app, or they can do it online. It is important that they register for classes online so we can track where they purchase versus where they use their membership. So if we have many people that are purchasing at one branch but using their access at another, we want to make sure that we are transferring funds to the branch that is taking care of that member for the majority of the time. Classes with 0 participants registered 1 hour prior will be canceled. We will not start that immediately, but it will start quickly. So it is important that we start this communication process immediately with our members. So as they're coming in, really explaining the member participant ratio that is for quality and for safety. If they're not signing in, we may not have room for them. We may not have prepared for them. We may have run out of equipment. It's important for the trainer to verify the roster before and after class to make sure it's accurate. You may have 6 people who have registered, but actually have 8 people in the class. So it's important that you get those last 2 people loaded on and then have everyone actually signed in, not just create a reservation. If someone comes in late, it's fine. Let them work their way in. Of course, they must warm up appropriately, but then make sure that if you don't know their name, that you check in with them and you add them on your app, and then have a conversation with them afterwards to remind them of the importance of checking in. Again, the class could have been canceled and they would have never known, or we ran out of equipment and there's nothing, we can't fit them in. So now they've wasted their time coming in. This is also important because it helps us to track attendance, which helps us understand our success analytics. So when we have full reservations and full attendance, we can actually track what are the hot spots, when are people really coming, what are the times they like, what are the times they don't, or is it a specific coach or workout that we tend to see those fluctuations on. Negative balances, if you have anyone that comes in and they show up and they really haven't purchased, so on the MindBody app, it's showing up as a -1. Go ahead and let them come in. Make sure you're having that conversation. You really need to purchase for the next time. I'm going to go ahead and let you come in. If they come in again and perhaps have the conversation of, well, I was going to on my way in, but the front desk is full and class is getting ready to start. I didn't want to be late. Okay, that's fine. You can come in today, but just know we will not let you in with more than -2. So -2 is our absolute maximum. No one should be letting someone come in that has a higher balance than a -2. So it's important for us to build, grow, evaluate, and sustain. And all that really means is as we are building up this program, it's really important that we are staying spot on to our customer service so that we are building that program. And that really is about the experience. As we are growing, we are marketing on social media. We're using that word of mouth marketing. We're inviting our friends to come with our participants. We're inviting our staff to come try it. Using MindBody app reports to evaluate the success of the programs, and then continually doing that build, grow, evaluate process in order to develop a sustainable program. Member experience is the key component. The rooms must be clean, the space must be safe, the equipment in good condition, the trainers' professional appearance, name tag and trainer shirt, absolutely mandatory. That is a non-negotiable. One-on-one member engagement, even though you're working in a group. Keeping the staff engaged, making sure you have their support. If you're sharing a space, that you're being professional with the others that are coming in before and after you. Maintaining quality control of the program so we don't have one trainer who is considered your most intense and so hard, and then everyone else is more mediocre. That won't work. Everybody has to be in that same line of difficulty. We can all modify up and we can modify down, but we can't have one person who is taking the workout and making it more difficult and more challenging and potentially more opportunities for injury with that one specific trainer. Know your dynamics of the group. Your morning time versus your afternoon group, they're going to be different. So make sure you know how to work the room for the different times of day that you're leading. And all classes, absolutely, without fail, must start and end on time. You have resources that will be developed, available in YLife, templates to help develop new programs, program libraries, so that we'll start sharing them from one branch to the other to help make it easier on each other for workouts that we're going to lead this week. Budget planning templates, business plan templates, MindBody online resources, and trainer onboarding. So we're bringing on new staff in the same manner, so that we're developing our new staff and setting them up for success right off the get-go. We have our Y University courses that are they're out there not only for our staff development programs to offer CECs, but also to give you an opportunity to actually coach and train on areas of expertise. Listed in front of you are a couple topics that we have on the docket for 2019, but if you have other recommendations, please send those to us at healthyliving@ymcacharlotte.org. If you have any questions, please reach out to your Healthy Living director. Thank you so much for joining us today.